Pardon me, I seem to have gotten a little excited. I've never observed behavior like this in an animal. Nor have I observed it in a titan or anything that wasn't human. This is... well, it could also be a coincidence, but I really hope it's not. You arrived here at exactly the same time as you did yesterday. This also happens to be the same time as the day before, and even the day before that. I have never witnessed an animal following a schedule like this, especially not a schedule determined by a human, one that relies on the concept of numbered time rather than the position of the sun. It is truly astounding. Then again, as I said, this might all just be a coincidence. After all, you've been coming here because I've been feeding you. It's very likely that you're also reacting based on your body's intuition. Your body expects food at this time now, so you come here because there's food. However, though it is very likely a coincidence, I would like to choose to believe that you're intelligent enough to remember this. Oh, yes, of course. Here you go. It was very difficult getting my hands on this, so make sure you make it last. Goodness. I understand now why they say you wolf down your food. Oh, sorry. Was that a bit offensive? My most sincere apologies. Wait a second. Did you just give me a side eye? A sideways glance in my direction out of annoyance or skepticism? And then nod in response to my question? You did it again. You shook your head, but that was an answer. Oh my... Calm down, Hanji. You might just be imagining things like Levi says you do with the Titans. Honestly, just because he can't see it doesn't mean that they don't react. But regardless, that was... It might have just been a fluke. I have to remember that the experiment is still ongoing. I have to remember that everything that happens here could just be a fluke. After all, you yourself might just be a fluke. Oh, my apologies, that probably sounded bad. I didn't mean to imply anything negative, nor did I mean to imply that you're a creature other than a wolf, such as a fluke. However, this is very strange as it is. Just the fact that you're approaching me, the fact that you approached me at all to begin with, you may very well be an outlier within your species. Another tilt of the head. I assume that means you're questioning what I'm saying, and considering you've been nodding and shaking your head and giving me sideways glances, I'm going to go with my intuition and say that, yes, you are questioning what I said. I say that you might be an outlier within your species because most wolves tend to avoid people. See, although they are powerful and large predators, they are still animals, and they recognize that humans are the apex predators within the walls. They recognize that we have skills and tools at our disposal to hurt them. So even though they could easily take down certain humans, they choose not to risk it. In fact, although most stories say that wolves are dangerous creatures to be avoided at all costs, really, they won't hurt you unless they feel threatened, much like any other animal. Oh, please don't look away. I didn't mean to imply that you should feel bad about being different. After all, there's no harm coming to you from this. I'm not going to hurt you. You're not going to hurt me. There's nothing wrong with being a little bit different. there's that tail wag I was hoping for. See, although most other wolves choose to ignore humans and avoid them, there are a lot of humans who wouldn't even consider hurting a wolf. In fact, that's supposedly how dogs came into existence. Did you know that? Well, I need to look further into the subject, but dogs and wolves are both canines, meaning that they're very similar in their origins. You're looking at me like my hair is on fire. I know, it sounds very strange to a creature like yourself. After all, as far as we know, you don't conduct any scientific research, you don't really read or write or do much of any of that sort of thing. Again, as far as we know. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if you were a little bit different in that regard. Then again, I suppose the lack of opposable thumbs is quite detrimental to most traditional forms of human writing, so I'm going to assume that if you do in fact attempt any writing, you do it using more non-traditional methods. Now, setting aside my little tangent there, dogs and wolves are astoundingly similar. And some people even wonder if we domesticated certain wolves and then bred them to become the dogs that we know and love today. Yes, as I said, I do need to do some further research into that, and of course that's a very low priority as of now. What's with that look? I have mentioned the Titans to you more than once, haven't I? I understand that, being what you are, you probably have no reason to do anything other than avoid them. After all, although they don't attack you, they could easily crush you. But you do realize what a threat they pose to humanity, don't you? I don't understand that look. Are you trying to ask why I'm putting research about the Titans above anything else? You are. I'm amazed that I was able to guess that so quickly. Perhaps our minds are starting to merge and we're forming some sort of psychic link the more time we spend together. Well, that is one reason, or I could just be making things up and you're just agreeing with me because you have no other way to communicate it to me. Either way, the reason that I spend so much time focusing on the Titans is, well, first of all, they do fascinate me. The more I learn about them, the more intrigued I become, the more enamored with learning I become, and then that cycle repeats itself. I keep learning, I keep wanting to learn more, so I keep learning, so I keep wanting to learn more. But, additionally, I'm part of the Survey Corps. And what that means is I go out beyond the walls. You see them on the horizon? Yep, just there. And I fight Titans. And every time I leave, there is a significant chance that I'm going to die. Oh, no. Don't start whining like that. There's no need to be upset. I've been doing this for years and I still haven't died. So that's a point in my favor, right? Why are you still whining like that? Do you not like that I'm part of the Survey Corps? Your ears flattened. Like a dog who's been kicked. You don't like that? Why is... No. Don't try to leave. Hey, where are you going? Hey, come back here. This doesn't make any sense. Why would you run just because I'm part of the Survey Corps? You're a wolf. I don't hunt wolves. I only hunt titans. Stop running into the forest. I can keep up with you, you know. Just come back. I'm sure that I can explain whatever it is that's making you nervous. What the? Where did they go? This makes no sense. What the? Okay, what the actual fuck was that? I feel as if I should be walking away from that sound. After all, I am in the middle of the deep, dark woods, and I followed a wolf here. Wolves might avoid humans, but they're still large predators. And in a horror story, if I were to follow that sound, I would die. Maybe I'm not in a horror story, though. Yeah, I'm sure I'm not in a horror story. So I'm going to walk towards that because my curiosity is extremely morbid, and I would rather die learning the truth than sitting here and knowing nothing. No. Don't growl at me like that. Not while you're like this. Not when you can hit me or yell at me or talk to me. It is you, isn't it? That mark across your face. I recognize it. It's the same as when you were... You're a lycanthrope, aren't you? I have read about creatures like you. I thought, what if it's possible that the Titans are something similar? And then when Aaron transformed, I thought, it is certainly possible. There has never been a true, evidence-based, documented case of a lycanthrope living inside the walls, yet I thought it was possible that they existed after seeing what Aaron was, and here you are. This explains it. This explains why you're an outlier, why you're a fluke, why you ran when I said that I was part of the Survey Corps. What? Why are you looking at me like that? You've seen me freak out like this over science before. I don't understand why you're looking at me like that. I beg your pardon? What do you mean, why am I not trying to kill you? Why would I kill something that is so incredible? I should be afraid of you? Why is that? I thought you and I had an agreement that we weren't going to hurt each other. You're still not going to hurt me? Then why would I need to be afraid of you? Oh, I see. Others have been killed because humans were afraid of them. Damn it. Why didn't I think of that? Of course, that all makes sense. I mentioned that I kill Titans, that I'm supposed to be solving humanity's problems by eliminating threats. I told you what I do to the Titans we capture. You're scared that I'm going to do that to you, aren't you? While I will admit I would love to perform some tests on you just to see how all of this works. You're sentient. You can communicate with me. Not to mention you don't eat humans mindlessly and for no apparent reason because you can't even digest them. Sorry. What I mean is, you can communicate with me and you're not a direct threat to humanity. Much like any other human being, you could be dangerous if you wanted to be. But you aren't dangerous and murderous by nature. You're just different. Much like Aaron, the boy I was telling you about. You remember him, right? Yes, he can turn into a titan just like you can turn into a wolf. Yes, he has lost control in the past, but I assume you've lost control as well. This can't be something that's easy to learn. I'm not judging. I'm just saying that you two are very similar. And because of that, I would never, ever perform tests on you without your consent. I mean it. I prioritize my research, yes, but before all else, I respect the life of everything that surrounds me. I respect the natural order of things to an extent. I respect the fact that other living things can feel pain and emotions like anger and sadness. I respect that I can't just go poking and prodding everything that moves just because I'm curious about it. I won't touch you. I promise. Unless you say that I can. And if you say no, I'll respect that too. I will keep bringing you food if you like, or I can just leave you be. Though I will admit this is going to keep me up at night if I don't get any answers. You have answers? You can explain this to me? Put on some clothes, because we're going to be here well into the night. I want to know everything.